What's going on, folks? So we like to compose stats, and that's fair, I guess, as a human. We've lived on this planet. I myself have lived a certain amount of years. Many of you guys who are present today have lived your lifetimes up to this point. And those of you who consider yourselves studied in various things, climate or you know different things of society that you want to, research and stuff. And you've been doing this and you've had generations of doing this. Some of you are your father's sons or your father's daughters or whatever you want to call it in this society, and you've been passed down the reins of these professions. And so, there's a covet involved in human behavior, because see, all of this involves human behavior. And today we're going to get back to a few of the things that we've been talking about in previous videos, really from the beginning, because behavior is what has brought all of this, folks. The various ways that you like to psychoanalyze things like this. Now, I'm making a difference, folks, because my purpose is not to get the masses of you to follow me or to understand your own reasoning when you have preached about your own reasoning to others. That's what makes you narcissists, because you fail to see yourselves or pull a mirror out. Many of you don't even have a mirror at this point. And that's okay too, because everything is happening for a reason, folks. The purpose I'm here is not to just, show you magnificent things or speak on magnificent things or bring you into the wonders of the higher universe. It's more about reaching just a certain amount of people, whoever they are. I'm not even getting into figures, right? I'm just going to say a certain amount of people, smaller than what a world population or society would encompass. And that's because those people have a certain behavior, folks. It's not that they're trying to pretend, folks. They can act and do and delve into society like the rest of us, just like myself, and we can operate on a certain level that doesn't harm another person just by the technical rules. We can do these things. But there's a bigger component to us as people that makes us think about what we do, because we can see ourselves in that position. It's called reasoning, folks. Now, in the new society, there will be people who will be recovering, people who have experienced and been downtrodden in various ways. Not no particular race or culture, like I said, because, folks, in high reality, there is no body, folks. So what you encompass inside, your energy, is what you are. Honor great ones. I devote this work, Lord. Had to do that. It's that important, folks, because, we look at behavior in society. We try to calculate, like I was saying, and reason things on a certain level. So we having all of these bad snow cycles, right? And I told you that they were going to increase on a level that you had to pay attention to them, folks. Not because I looked at a farmer's almanac or something or some bullshit. I didn't touch anything. I didn't pick up any literature. My literature is the Most High, folks. He is your literature, folks. Now, reasoning and ego will make you do a lot of things, like get into politics of things. I told you, I was giving you proper reasoning when I explained to you the science of his God science, folks, the Most High, the one source creator, folks, who has many names, and you understand on the technical levels. If you live in this part of the world and someone else lives in that part of the world, and both of y'all have ancient literature, and both of the literature have similar stories or certain things and aspects of something that you guys were grabbing, and it was for a reason. It did something to solidify your societies, didn't it? At that time, people were willing to read the literature and try to be what the literature was. It wasn't about just knowing the literature. right? But you notice all of these books have similar stories and similar, meanings in certain ways and stuff. They all point to aspects of the best things you can be, and they show you what the worst things are, folks. All of these books have these stories, these dualities, the yin yang, which is the universe, folks, which is the bigger fight, folks. So you get caught up in your politics, and because you call the Most High this name, which he went to these certain people at this time, and he did present himself as this and give him that name, and he went to those people and did the same thing. And you guys want to fight about which one of him saw y'all first when you leave this society, this planet, folks, who's Mother Earth holding your reality. There's a bigger reality, folks. There's a universe, folks. They're not arguing about who's the president or some foolishness. Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you, folks? And they've lived abundantly forever. Now, when I tell you that, either you don't believe that's possible, which is part of the bigger problem too inside, and society has created that for you, right? Or really you're all damned on some level where you know that, because of maybe the creature comforts of what you thought you could access right away, you took those things, and now you're realizing some things. So it's easier to just ignore some truths to certain things. The Most High Source Creator has a name outside of your society, folks. Your earthly society, folks. Right? You're just a person, folks, but you're really not just a person. You're a person in this material reality. But you'll always be something. The Most High is something, is the Most High in that place. In all of those places, folks. He is the Most High. He has a name, folks, whether you want to acknowledge that or not. His name is Vishnu, folks. Harry, folks. Now, I told you guys to call out his name because when the time comes, all of your doctrines and all of the things you wanted to cling on to, because of that's another example of behavior where even if that's not harming another person, on a level of vibration, folks, you hoarding these selfishness things about how you want to see certain things. Those things will keep you from higher reality, folks. You're being pushed out of this material reality, whether you like it or not. You're seeing it. So you get out, like I said earlier, you get out your little pens and stuff, and you try to calculate and reason. Well, a couple summers ago, we had some snow, and it was bad, and we got through it and all of that. But it's going to keep increasing, folks. Mother Earth is sweeping you out because you have low energy. It doesn't matter if you think that you should be able to have it or not. If you have it, you're going to have it regardless. So there's a place for lower energy, folks. And all of the things you like to do in your reality, you can do in those places, folks. Now, you may not be able to hold on to whatever you get there or something. You may be constantly being chased or something, or you may have some stressful way in that quicksand, folks. But that's your choice. This is what free will is about, folks. You're being pushed out of this material reality. So when you get out your pens and your paper and you say, well, we had a bad forecast in 19 so-and-so, and that wasn't so bad. What you're doing is you're trying to reason on a different level of what the Most High wants you to see. This is reckoning. Reckoning for what? Reckoning for your behavior. Your behavior, right, of society and economy is a fast-moving type of thing that steps on other people. They become commodities, folks. Now, all of you guys who have this energy to step on other people are moving about in this society, aren't you? As sure as the wind is blowing, whom is Mother Earth. The energy, folks. All of you are moving about, doing what you want to do, not realizing that there's a battery pack somewhere in your consciousness that's powering you to get you to do all the things you're doing. You have the free will to want to make it do the right thing or not, but you still are moving around. And the Most High is your battery pack, folks. So because he holds your life, like I said, let's use that word life to describe this battery. He holds your life, folks. And because he holds your life, you have to realize that he holds the life of many, all. the universe, folks, outside of your material reality, folks. In other realities, folks, in other galaxies, folks, right? There are beings who are holding your world, folks. They hold many worlds. They're great, aren't they, if they're holding worlds, aren't they? But they give praise because the one high source creator, the Most High, has given them life, folks. So you as specks of dust are now experiencing a reality and a force of his hand to show you that you are powerless and that you were being provided. There's abundance in heavenly worlds, folks. Those of you who want that abundance, you're going to have an opportunity to reach for these things. But you're going to be tested, folks. All of this time, many of you, even those with good energy, have just delved and bought into whatever was presented before you. It's time for you to start to be critical with your own thinking, folks, because you're going forward and you're being pushed out. This is not about threatening or playing a game or anything like that, because Mother Earth is holding your world. But the fact that you don't realize you're just a speck of dust walking around on the surface that she's controlling, and she's shown you that she can manipulate the circumstances at any given time, in any given moment. So you see temperatures plunge by 30, 40 degrees, 50 degrees or something in a day, in a 24-hour period. And you say, well, we're smoking too many cigarettes and that's what's causing this thing. And maybe we get a little girl that we control, we get her up, we put her up on the world stage, because see, there are many activists all over the world, folks. There are many injustices. There are people in refugee camps all around the world being slaughtered and beat up by people who are stepping on them, folks. They have spokespeople who don't want to hear anything they have to say. There are actual political leaders of countries, folks, who get it before these nations and are ignored completely. No one's there to hear what they're saying. But a child, whose parent is that child? Who are they affiliated with? See, on these levels, folks, it's all a game. It's all a propaganda game to keep that control. Narcissists will go to the furthest extent to hold on to something. But the best of you, the 10 of you, realize that the Most High is now present, folks. He is Vishnu, folks. Now, you don't have to call out to him, and that's your choice, folks. But I told you what the truth is. It's almost equivalent of just imagine yourselves, I'm put you in a situation, imagine, because you guys respect other people more than you respect the Most High. There are a lot of people on social media who always speak about who isn't chosen, and they know a lot about who isn't chosen. And they have all of these followings and stuff, and somehow they've given some authority from someone's giving them this authority to tell them who can decide who should be listened to or not. And they have these followings and stuff. But then if you put the right person in front of them, who will they become, folks? So that very person, if the Pope pulled up to his door in any congregation he was holding, he would roll the red carpet out and he would turn to jelly. The average one, the average person, right? Or one of these so-called authorities in society, these political leaders or something. We're all just shit breathers because we're all creating the shit, folks. But I want to talk to the people who want to blow their nose, the nose blowers, folks. The people who want a better day, folks. We're going to talk about vibration. There's a lot of things I want to cover because I got to make these videos, like I said, as useful as possible. I'm not going to just be coming on here every day anymore because we're in reckoning. There will be a time when maybe this social media won't even be able to go forward, folks. You're seeing things. You're seeing them black out whole places. Large cities, aren't they? They're blacking out the power and stuff, and you're watching all of this stuff go down in these scrambles and stuff in your various countries. Things are going on, but other people in the world are not getting those messages because your countries are keeping those things from going to other places. It's like containing. But see, the Most High is bigger than your containment, folks. This is not a game because Mother Earth is the earth, folks. She decides who gets to live on her surface with her free will. And I want you to understand that vibration. You're going to need to call out the Most High's name, because that's why I told you his name, folks. See, I told you, it's not going to be easy for you. Your doctrines and stuff were fine, folks. Fine for you to get knowledge of understanding up until this point, folks. But now that the Most High is showing you, I have given you these miracles, not for you to be impressed, folks. The Lord was trying to get your attention to show you he's God. He has that mighty hand that can do anything with precision, folks. He can take you out here in a second, folks. Right? But because you have your egos and your prejudices, which is why you will not be able to go into the new society, folks. This is why many of you will be damned. It won't be because you're murdering or something. It'll be because you hold a vibration. That's what we're getting to. Let me get really to this. The vibration. You need to call out God's name. Now, I'm in oneness with the Most High, and I speak and talk to him every day, just like I'm talking to my actual family or something, on earth or something. But actually, I spend more time with my family, my heavenly family, and the Most High than I spend with anyone else. And when I realize that he is all things, folks, I have arrived. This is my greatest blessing, folks. So to stay in vibration, because I always talk about this vibration thing, you're going to have to get relationship with the Most High. You're going to have to talk to him, folks. He is listening to you. I could literally tell you something was going to happen. Many of you guys who follow these things since this time, you'll watch this thing go down, and you know that the Most High did it. You know he did it. And I'll tell you something, and you still don't want to listen, but there's something deep in you that's fighting something. The reasoning of the truth, folks. See, you don't get the privilege of telling the Most High what his name is when you face him, folks. Because when Mother Earth sweeps you out of the body, because remember, your skin belongs to her. You know, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You know, when you die and you're laying the ground, what happens to your body, folks? It turns back to dust, right? Your skin belongs to Mother Earth, folks. Your soul is held by the Most High. He holds her soul, folks. But she has free will. She lives in the heavens, folks. Okay? You do not reign power or might over the heavens. When it's time, it's time. The Most High has called and has expressed that he will show his wrath, folks. You have read about it in all of your literature for many centuries. Thought that you could suppress people and hurt people in whatever way you've done it. That's why I say this isn't necessarily about groups, because all of you have embodied some level of this, and all of you are benefiting from some level of this society, this evil society, folks. If it's held by hands of evil, the Most High knows who's evil, folks. This is not for you to decide. What you need to do is try to hold on to him, and I'm telling you this for a very important reason. As the days increase, folks, you will see things that will happen that will push you closer to that time where you will have to make a decision, folks. His name is Vishnu, folks. His name is Hari. Those of you who are in your egos, because culturally, if you've learned this or you've heard that, okay, your societies will not exist when you're pushed out of this material reality, folks. In the heavenly worlds, you can hold on to your doctrines and whatever you want to call yourselves, but you won't have a body. So if you identify as this particular thing or that particular thing, or if you think you're fat or skinny or something, you don't have a body, folks. So once you learn to move past the stigmas of your own consciousness that are holding you back, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's just so frustrating. But I realize this. All of these are lessons, folks. What is in me? I was talking to the Most High today. Well, actually, I was talking to the Great One, too, about this today, about what is in me that makes me, you know, and I guess because I'm taking message, folks. I do what the Most High tells me to do, but there's another component in me that wants to get those people that I know this is the truth, folks. Okay? Now this just came to me, and I'm going to do this, and this is to signal something. I'm going to, because I don't have much time, and I'm going to get off this video. Today is whatever day it is, folks. Look at your calendars. I haven't looked at any almanacs or anything. I'm just going to name a random number of days. In 5 days, there will be a blood moon in 5 days. That blood moon will signal that it's really starting to get time for you to be thinking about where you want to vibrate and how you want to vibrate. The only way is through the Most High, folks. You're going to have to call out to his name. Once you call out to him, folks, it's not like he may necessarily come to you right away, folks, because some of you are lying in your hearts. You're going to have to fix some things in yourselves on this journey. And so you may have some time. This is going on in stages. I haven't been given that instruction as of this point. But I'm going to tell you this. In 5 days, you're going to have a blood moon. I said this. Now listen to what I'm saying to you. Once this happens, this will signal that all of the foolishness, all bets are off with the foolishness. If you hold your egos about what you think you believe, when you have to face the Most High, it's not going to hold any water for you, folks. Okay? Because you're in a place of selfishness, oneness in the heavens, in higher vibrations, in another world that's coming, another society that Mother Earth will bring. You will not exist in this higher vibratory level if you're not able to vibrate properly, folks, for that level. Otherwise, you'll be in the hellish world. When the blood moon comes, that'll be your signal, folks. Okay? And we'll go from there. I'll do another video following this, up to this. But I'll start it off from this day. You can count the days. Once that time comes, it's not a joke. I'm not helping anyone. I'm just reaching those 5 or 10 people, folks. You know the Noah's Ark story. I'm not going to keep rehashing all this foolishness. But on that day, right, you're not going to be able to call out to God. I told you what his name is. In the universe, the heavens who are giving you these problems, folks, they bow to Vishnu, folks. If you're not willing to bow to the Most High when you know his name, and the very sun that gives you sunlight, who does it as duty for Vishnu, folks, who is Vishnu. Vishnu has manifested as the sun, folks. He is the moon. He is the earth, folks. If you don't appreciate and give him the praise, folks, because that is your payment. After 5 days, I'm telling you, it's going to start. It's really going to start. And you'll see it. Okay? So we'll be talking soon. I just came out here to tell you guys that. Talk to God. Vibrate. Try to get relation with him, folks. That's what really the point is. Call out to him. Right? Tell him, call him as the Most High. Say, I know you are the Most High. I want you to touch my heart. Ask him if his name is Vishnu. He is God, folks. He can do anything. I'm declaring this for you with confidence, folks. I know the great one, folks. You understand what I'm saying to you? Who's giving you sunlight, folks. I want you to really process this. Because you're getting swept out, folks. Those of you who are not on board, you know the rest of this. We'll be talking soon. Just think about what I said. Talk to God, folks. Call out to him. His name is Vishnu, folks. Take care.